Syl and Tim. I am very fortunate, well, a little unfortunate, because my co-host Tim is not here today, so wah wah. And yay to us, because we get to clown as much as we want to. And
it's a party over here.
I have been joined by the wonderful and talented Antonio French, editor of pubdef.net. If you haven't checked it out, you definitely need to go to that site. And it's so much fun to go to your site because I like watching the comments that people leave. I'm not much.
Sometime there.
Yeah, I don't really even care much about what articles you've written. I want to see what people have to say about it because they get so interested and so into it. Sometimes I wonder if these people have jobs because I'm like,
all hours of the night, all hours of the day.
Yeah, because you can see what time they posted it. Not only, you can also see that some of them have written books on a 5-sentence article that you had. You write a book. And I'm like, wow. So I truly enjoy your site. It's a lot of fun.
It's a little frustrating sometimes, too, because you get with these very issue-focused people. Like, so, like, whether it be the schools or whatever. I'll write something about, I don't know, a traffic situation, and somehow it relates to the schools.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely a conspiracy to redirect kids from one school to another.
Yeah, well, and speaking of schools, so how do you feel about the whole state takeover thing and kids being able to go to other school districts? You know, there's a lot of districts who are concerned that their districts are going to become overcrowded from city kids coming in.
Some county districts have already said, too, that they are at capacity and won't be taking any St. Louis Public Schools student. You know, it really sets up a situation here. You know, I reported on the site, exclusively broke this the scoop here, that the Riverview Garden School District is slated to be unaccredited.
Right.
And what's interesting is the difference in how that district is being treated versus how St. Louis Public Schools is being treated. If they lose their accreditation for academic reasons, the state gives them 2 full school years to get their house in order to improve the situation. In St. Louis, because of a special category of the law that deals just with St. Louis Public Schools exclusively, the situation is, you know, the district, the board votes and the district loses accreditation like immediately, within, you know, a month. And so I can see how some people can think that's unfair because, you know, if you're someone who believes in local control and you think you believe in democracy, then you think that people should have direct say in who they elect and what happens in their district. You know, that's going to go to court, and I guess eventually the courts will rule on that. It sets up a situation, though, where if the school district does lose its accreditation, as it's planned to do in June, and St. Louis County school districts decide that they don't want to accept any or at least very many of St. Louis Public School students, then it creates a situation of parents in St. Louis City are almost forced to send their students, their kids, to a district which the state says is not doing the job.
Right.
So, I mean, under No Child Left Behind Act, that might be another ground for some legal action, I would think. You can't force people to send their kids to a district when you say that the job isn't getting done. Yeah, it's all around, it's an unfortunate situation. No one has the answers, not just for St. Louis Public Schools, not just for Riverview Gardens, but nationally. Urban school districts are failing across the country, and it's time that it becomes a national priority, in my opinion. You know, we shouldn't leave it up just to the value of homes in the area to decide how much money goes to the school district. Now, you shouldn't connect wealth and public education.
But a lot of that has to do with taxes too, right? Because obviously in Ladue, people are paying more taxes. They're more willing to spend more when they ask for a tax increase for something to do with the schools. They're always voting yes, whatever it is, it's yes. So
again, though, I think it's a national priority. We have tax dollars taken for all kinds of things, and you know, nationally, of course, as you know, we're building schools, building infrastructure in Iraq and in the center of Baghdad,
yes, we are.
where we're closing schools in our own country. You know, and so you know, it should become a national priority, and I would be very surprised if it is not part of the presidential contest coming up. To go back to our earlier conversation.
I have no doubt that it will be as well. I just would be very surprised to see if anything actually comes of it. I think every time we vote for a president, they all tell us, oh yeah, they've got this plan, but we never really see anything happen. I have friends who've been teaching for years, and this problem has been here for so long. I mean, I've had one friend, her parents have been teachers in the St. Louis Public School District, since before we were born, and these problems have been in existence for a very long time.
It's been around a long time, and it's taken a toll. I mean, if you look at in our college systems, for instance, America still has some of the best universities on the planet, and if you go to our engineering departments or you go to many of our science and math fields, you'll see that different countries send their best and brightest. But you also see the percentage of American students in those science programs are decreasing every year.
Right.
So we're not doing a good job nationally of preparing our young people to become the scientists of tomorrow, to become the innovators of tomorrow. And we're going to pay a price for that, I think, in real terms, in economic terms, in competitive power, to continue being a global powerhouse. Right now we're importing knowledge, and we can only do that so much. You can only borrow from others so long before you have to.
I don't know. Some people probably believe that otherwise, and I think that's what a lot of companies are doing. I don't want to get off too much into that. We've got people who are holding who want to talk, so let's go ahead and plug them in. Hey, Tony, you wanted to talk about Pat's helmet.